Hello and welcome to this video in which we're gonna talk about 6 money traps to avoid in your 25s. The transition from adolescence to middle adulthood necessitates a shift in priorities. When you've stopped counting down the days until your next paycheck, it's time to get serious about preparing your financial future. There are numerous money traps that you may not be aware of. Don't allow your social commitments rob you of your hard-earned money. In your 25s, there are 6 money traps you must avoid at all costs. But before started, make sure you're subscribed to the channel and don't forget to turn on the notification bell to miss any new video. 1. Purchasing a car that is too expensive. Don't acquire a flashy car only to impress individuals you don't care about. People require transportation, yet there is such a wide range of prices that you must budget carefully. New cars might be one of the most costly investments a person can make. In the first year, a new car loses roughly 30% of its worth, and by the third year, it has lost half of its value. It will be easier to set aside additional income for investment if we learn to safeguard and enjoy what we already have. 2. Purchasing an excessively expensive home. Owning a property that appreciates in value can be a worthwhile investment, but there is a point where the benefits fade. When you put every penny you have into a mortgage on a home you can't afford, you don't have any money left over for emergencies. On example, a monthly premium that you can barely afford could put a huge strain on your budget for the next 30 years. Instead, keep an eye on the local market and buy when you find a house at a reasonable price that you can afford. 3. Excessive outing spending. Although paying for a home and a car are likely to be the biggest drains on your monthly income, you may be surprised by the impact of little expenses. Fast food or a cheap pizza restaurant on the corner used to be considered dining out. Now that you have more disposable income, you can consider stepping it up a notch. Everyone enjoys a little fun now and then, but you should still set aside money for it. Allow yourself a small amount of money to spend on the things you truly want to accomplish, but keep it in check. You'll appreciate the break even more as a result of your efforts. 4. Having an expensive partner or friendship. Other people may have a habit of getting in the way of your financial ambitions, even if you are the master of your own money. The failure to talk about spending patterns with a significant other is a common source of marital conflict. It's easy to spend your money on gifts, entertainment, and vacation when you're dating or just starting a long-term relationship. Don't let your capacity to plan properly for the future be harmed by too many weekend excursions. Make your expectations clear from the outset, and you'll save yourself a lot of money disputes in the future. 5. Using a credit card to amass debt. There's a reason why so many people believe credit card debt is the worst thing that has ever happened to them, and it's because it is. Even if you don't have a steady income or strong credit, credit cards are quite easy to obtain these days. This means you may have a few monsters in your wallet from your college days, with higher interest rates than you could obtain from investing. You are paying for the convenience of spending money every time you use a credit card and don't pay it back before the grace period's conclusion. Once you've maxed out one credit card, it's tempting to open another. Meanwhile, interest payments consume a larger portion of your monthly budget. Stopping the cycle and improving your credit score is simple. Stick to your budget, which should be less than your income. Also, refrain from applying for new credit cards. 6. Failure to invest. Although a few people place a premium on short-term investment returns, retirement planning is a race, not a sprint. The earlier you begin, the more you may be able to save. Starting investing in retirement accounts are all about striking a balance between paying your bills, paying off your obligations, and putting money aside to help you pay them off. Have you fallen for any of these money traps and regretted it? Learn more about investing.